In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear friends of Radiance of Islam. Why can't they understand? The lecture hall hummed with noise, students laughing, phones buzzing. Among them walked Sophia, a Muslim woman in a hijab. Her steps were steady, her heart was not. She knew the stares, the whispers, the way some called her the fanatic girl behind her back. But she never missed class. Today was no different. She sat quietly as giggles rose from the back. Look, it's the hijab girl. She gripped her notebook, eyes forward. Then Professor Anderson walked in. Tall, confidence, known for hating religion, especially Islam. The room went silent. Today, he said smoothly, we discuss myths, outdated beliefs, starting with Islam. Smirks spread. Eyes darted to Sophia. This wasn't a lecture. It was a trap. The challenge. The professor paced, voice dripping with mockery. Why fast? Why circle a stone in the desert? Why follow a book full of contradictions? Laughter erupted. Sophia's hands trembled, but this time she raised hers. Silence. The professor blinked. The class froze. Fasting isn't just religious, Sophia said, standing. It's science. Studies prove it heals the brain, repairs cells, even extends life. Islam taught it 1,400 years ago. The room stiffened. Anderson scoffed. And Hajj? What's scientific about circling a rock? Ever been to a concert? Sophia fired back. People wear the same colors, chant together. It unites them. Hajj does the same, but deeper. Millions come as equals. No rich, no poor. Just souls stripped bare. The laughter died. These aren't myths, she said softly. They're medicine for the soul. The final test. The professor's face darkened. He stepped closer. Fine. Then answer this. If your God is loving, why create hell? How is eternal torture mercy? The class held its breath. Sophia didn't flinch. You believe in justice, Professor. If a murderer walks free, is that mercy or a failure? She leaned in. Hell isn't cruelty. It's a choice. God warns us repeatedly because he cares. But love doesn't mean no consequences. A beat. Then, you teach philosophy. Would you respect a judge who let rapists and tyrants go unpunished? Silence. Anderson opened his mouth, but no words came. For the first time, the room saw Sophia, not the hijab girl, just a woman who refused to be silenced. Justice, freedom, truth. A stunned silence. The professor's question was meant to trap her, but Sophia doesn't flinch. She smiles, calm, unshaken. Sophia, Professor, if a judge lets a murderer walk free, is that justice? Professor, caught off guard. Well, no. Sophia, then why would God, the most just, ignore evil? Hell isn't cruelty. It's the price of free will. If choices don't have consequences, what's the point of right and wrong? The class shifts. Even the smirking students fall quiet. Sophia, softly, God doesn't want hell for us, but he honors our choices too much to force us into heaven. The professor stiffens. He won't back down. Professor, then explain this. Why force women to cover up? Where's the freedom in that? Sophia, calmly. Do you believe women should choose how they dress? Professor, obviously. Sophia, leaning in. Then why is a bikini liberation, but a hijab oppression? Real feminism means letting women choose, even if that choice is modesty. Murmurs. A girl in the back nods slowly. Professor, pushing harder. Fine. Then why do men inherit more in Islam? That's not equality. Sophia, because men must spend their share on families, wives, parents, even siblings. A woman's inheritance, hers alone. No obligation. Different shares, because the burdens aren't equal. A guy in the front raises his eyebrows. He'd never heard it put like that. Sophia, fairness isn't always same, it's balanced. The professor hesitates. His arguments are crumbling, but Sophia isn't done. Sophia, firmly, You judge Islam by Muslims who fail it, but you'd never judge science by a bad scientist. Read the Quran yourself. It described embryo development, ocean depths, things science only just discovered, revealed to an illiterate man 1,400 years ago. A beat. The room holds its breath. Sophia, quietly. How? The professor opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. For the first time, no clever comeback, just silence, and maybe the first flicker of doubt. Final shot. A single tear rolls down his cheek. He looked away, then slowly raised his hands to his face, trying to hide what he was feeling. But it was too late. Everyone saw. The professor, who had spent years laughing at faith, now stood shaking before it. I don't know what to say, his voice cracked. All this time, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was right. Sophia stayed silent, watching. Her face is calm, no gloating, just truth. Then came the words no one saw coming. I want to change. Professor Anderson lifted his head, struggling. I spent years attacking something I never studied, mocking a faith I never tried to understand. His eyes locked onto Sophia's, wet with tears. I want to learn. I want to read the Quran. I want to understand Islam properly. Gasps. Hands flew to mouths. The room froze. Then, the bombshell. I want to say the Shahada. I want to become a Muslim. Silence. Even Sophia blinked, stunned. Then a smile. Not pride. Pure gratitude. A hand went up. A student who used to mock her. Voice quiet. Sophia, can you teach me too? She nodded. Of course. That day, everything changed. A classroom once full of sneers and eye rolls started asking real questions, listening, all because one girl had the courage to speak and one man had the courage to admit he was wrong. Hearts don't change by force, they change by light. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and support. Remember to share, like, and subscribe to show your support. I'll see you tomorrow back here on YouTube. Take care of yourself.